Hello, hello there, my crafty friends. It's Candy here from sweetstamper.com, and I have an impromptu Facebook Live for you tonight. So welcome, welcome. I say impromptu because typically I'm here on Thursday. I do what I call Thursday night stamping. Most every Thursday night here at facebook.com/sweetstamper. But I was supposed to be in California for the Stampin' Up! Conference, and I had an issue with my plane ticket. So here I am. And I only found this out last night. So the best laid plans. And then there's the Blonde to the Roots candy. So I did share my craziness with my email subscribers today. Just decided to put it out there, let people know. There's a reason I'm here. I wasn't supposed to be, but I'm here. So I thought we would do just an impromptu Facebook Live. We're going to have some fun, and I need your help because I'm going to need you to weigh in on things. So I'm hoping people will be here with me live. I am still in the Sunshine and Tulips mode. So this is my card club this month, and today is the last day you can get the March kit for Candy's Card Club, and I am featuring this beautiful Sunshine and Tulips, very aptly named. I love the kind of graphic, very clean look, and I think it's been a lot of fun to work with. I had paired it with Splash of Sparkles, designer series paper for my, not my Facebook Lives, for my card club. And then I also, right here, I used it. I do monthly. I do a mystery stamping card. And so I used the same paper for these 4 cards. So I've already given you 12 ideas, but we're going to do 2 more tonight, and I will tell you why I need your help. I'm going to do 2 versions of the same card. You guys know I like to do that. And we're going to choose one of them for my Saturday card class. Every month, usually on the last Saturday of the month, I do a live in-person class, and I call it Saturday Card Class. I know that's really original, but we meet here in San Antonio for live stamping. So let me show you what I'm going to do, where I'm starting. So I wanted to use Peach Pie, and I wanted to use Summer Splash. So these are 2 of our Outgoing in colors. So these will be retiring at the end of April, and that means they will no longer be available unless there's, maybe down the road they might be like a color refresh or something, but they will not be readily available. And many of us really love the in colors, and so I want to maximize ideas for them. Now, these are color combos that Stampin' Up produces. These are the ones from this year. These are the ones from last year. So I like to hang on to them year over year because you get more ideas, and I love, love, love color combos. So let's start with the Peach Pie. So I'm going to start with these elements. Now, I have a Peach Pie card base. Let's go ahead. I was thinking of wanting to use the, retiring, soon to be retired in colors. And I just think that Peach Pie is such a good color for tulips. Now, I am using 2-tone cardstock for my second layer, and it has a light and a dark side. I went with the dark side up through my embossing folder, and now I'm going to do a little sanding. I don't know how this sounds on camera. This is a really subtle embossing folder, and I love it. It's very, I think, soft, it's fresh, it's subtle, it's feminine. Yeah, it's all the things I love. So I felt like this would give us just a nice little bit of background without overpowering, because I want my tulips to take front and center stage. Okay, Now, I will say, when you do that, you do kind of have to clear that off. So that is going to give me, can you see that little bit of white that I have there? And I am going to go ahead and stick this down. And then we are going to put a little piece of crumb cake right across the center, because we're going to have a fair bit of color going here. And I find that a little bit of neutral, because these are my colors, I'm going to put a little bit of neutral here just to kind of give me a little bit of quiet, so that once I put these things in, it just gives me a little bit of kind of grounds things. So my next layers are super simple. I've used one of the perennial postage dies. Hello, Jolene from Minnesota. Welcome, welcome. And I'm going to just layer these up. So this is Azure Afternoon. This is Lemon Lime Twist. And if you look here, you'll see what I did. So although this combination is here, I went here and then I went down. And that's what you can do with these cards. I love them so much. Use them all the time. Now I am going to go ahead and layer these up, and I'm going to put them down with some Stampin' Dimensionals. This is a very quick card. And with my Saturday card class, hey Linda, welcome, welcome. That is, I like to have a combination of quick and easy cards, and then usually throw in a little bit of technique-y stuff for them as well, because it's very much a social time and people like to gather, socialize, stamp, have fun, and leave with 5 great cards with a good variety. Okay, welcome, welcome. I've got Linda here, and I've got Jolene here. And like I said, I was supposed to be on a plane this morning, and that didn't happen, so here we are. Ay, ay, ay. And you know, when something like that happens, I just receive it as from the Lord. My days are in his hands, and I really do believe that although it was my error, somehow I wasn't meant to be there. Okay, now I want to use Lemon Lime Twist. Now let me show you where I'm going to go. I'm going to take either 2 or 3 of these little guys here. Can I get 3 in there? I think I can. 1, 2, 3. But yeah, I think I can get 3 sets of leaves in there. Let's see if I go one. Nope. Well, let's see. We might just try it. Let's see what we can do. At the end of the day, we can turn it over if we need to. Okay, so let's put some leaves down, and then we're going to color our tulips. So this is going to go here, and this is Lemon Lime Twist. That didn't go very well. Let's see if I can just overlap them. Let's see if I like that. I might not like that. Maybe we're just going to go with 2. Then if we go 1, oh, I've got them too far down. Okay. Let's scrap that. We're going to go with 2, and we're going to go farther up. You know what I probably should do is I probably should put my greeting at the top. That's going to help me to figure out where I'm going. Now I'm going to do my greeting in Azure Afternoon and pick up that blue in the background there. Now, trying to look. Not through the camera. Good days ahead. That is a nice sentiment. So you can see how we're building here. Now, let's grab, get that in the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. This is not grid paper. It's like planning paper, which I clearly need to plan better. So let's go here and let's go here and hope it will be, oh yeah, Okay, so that's coming together. I like that bright, fresh look. Now we are going to bring in the pumpkin pie ink, and we're going to create a tulip here. Now, because I did these with Card Club, I have a fair few little white tulips from all of my die cutting. So I like to make use of things, and I figured this would be a good little piece to have some fun with. Now, I'm just going to use my peach pie, and I do like, I like putting ink on these with the blending brushes, because you can really, really build your color or not. Well, thank you, Linda. I appreciate that vote of confidence. Yeah, I was not planning to be here. And, you know, I have to say that last night when all this kind of came together, I just kind of, I don't know, I just kind of felt a little bit deflated. Like, okay, what do I do now? And then it was like, okay, well, this kind of started about like 7:30 last night. So, and I was supposed to be leaving at 10:30 this morning for the airport on a 12:30 flight. Well, you know, I live super close to the airport, but it's spring break. I read a lot about, you know, lines through security. So I thought, well, I probably better leave here at 10:30. Well, so when everything started to kind of happen, and I just kind of quit packing, and I quit planning, and I quit prepping, and just decided, okay, we're going to make the most of this. Number one, there's not much else I can do. And number two, I felt like, you know, if this is what's going down, then there is indeed a reason. So, you know, my biggest regret, I guess, is that I end up disappointing people that I was meant to spend time with, but they've all been very gracious, of course. That's my people. That is my people. And so I looked for the silver lining. The other silver lining was, you know, I had done all this cooking ahead for my husband, so he'd have food while I was gone. So now I have 4 days I didn't plan on having. I don't need to cook because it's all done. In fact, I had a pot roast dinner tonight because I had cooked it for him yesterday, all ready to go. So there we have this sweet little card. Now, I thought I'm just going to add something. We'll see. We'll see what we're going to add. I think that, here we go, I need a pick tool. I'm going to start with some rhinestones. Oh yeah, I like that. And then we're going to put one here. And then, because diamonds are a girl's best friend, so the song goes, maybe we will do a few more over here. Let's see. Do I want a little bow of ribbon over here, or do I want to just leave it as is? It's a very clean look, which I like. Okay. So there we go. Quick, easy. We've got some nice texture. It's very fresh. A nice card for somebody who needs to know that there are indeed good days ahead. Now, we're going to do the same card in a different color scheme. And let's see which one we like the best. Whichever one you guys vote on is the one we're going to do for Saturday card class. Okay, now we're going to change it up, and we're going with Summer Splash. So, I need to get a different brush. Hang on one second. We are not going to have peach pie tulips on this one. We're going with very bright. So the last one was soft and sweet. This one's going to be bold and bright. And again, I'm using my Stampin' Up color schemes here. And I'm going with Summer Splash lemon lime twist, and crumb cake, and a little pretty peacock. So once again, I have my two-tone cardstock, and I've put it through, I think it's called, I don't know, Delicate Designs, something like that. I get the name wrong every time I look at it. And I'm going to sand this. Now you see it's coming through white here, but it's a much bigger contrast because Summer Splash, oh, I got a little bit carried away over there. We'll see if we can kind of fix that. Or we'll just leave it and have a little bit of imperfection, which is totally fine. Now let me show you the difference in this one. You can see that white going through, and this one. So you see there's not as high a contrast because this is a lighter color, but I do like that. I kind of have a feeling this is going to end up being my favorite card. You know, I wonder. Let's just see. Let's live dangerously. Let's try a little bit of Summer Splash. Let's see if I can get just a little bit of ink there. Let's see. I don't typically have this problem, but it is a little bit more delicate. Okay, I don't want to add too much. Yeah, okay. Well, at least it's not glaring white. Okay, now let's once again layer this up. Yeah, kind of now it looks like I spilled coffee on it or something. Well, you know. I'll send this to somebody who knows me really well, and they won't mind. Okay. Linda, this might have your name on it. Because I think this sentiment is right up your alley. Good days ahead. Okay, now let's once again put our little strip of crumb cake right here. This is just a little 1-inch strip. So we are doing super simple card making with stamps, ink, and paper. I'm not even doing, it's hard for me to do cards without designer paper, but here we are. I'm making it happen tonight. Okay, now let's layer this up. Oh, I know. Here we go. This is, I didn't do lemon lime twist on this one. I was going to, and I ended up using soft sea foam, but I think it works. So let's go ahead and layer these up. When I was cutting my my layers, I did the one for the peach pie card, and then I kind of confused myself. Okay, so this is going to go with Stampin' Dimensionals right here. Now, remember, this is the last day to join Candy's Card Club for March. And if you want the March kit featuring this lovely, lovely Sunshine and Tulips bundle, then you are going to want to grab that tonight. Its registration is open through like 11:30 p.m. Central Time. And if you join Card Club, you get rewards and you get a better price. If you want to just try it out for 1 month, that is also an option. Just pay a little bit more. Okay, so there we're going to go. Now we're going to bring in, once again, the lemon lime twist for the leaves. But this time we are going to do the greeting in, I'm picking up this pretty peacock. So let's do this, Good Days Ahead, in pretty peacock. Looking pretty decent. Now let's go ahead and stamp our leaves down at the bottom. This is coming together quite well. Get that out of the way. Here we go. And lemon lime twist. Yes, Linda, I am sure you are ready for some good days ahead. And I was very pleased to see that your sweet mom is having a good post-surgery outcome. That's what we need. We need to have an uneventful post-surgery period. That's a little bit low, but we're just gonna go with it. The whole thing is probably too low, but you know, this is what you do when you're stamping on the fly. Now, let's get a couple of these little guys, and this time we are going to ramp it up with some bright, bright Melon Mambo. And let's see what we can do. Here we go. Woo! That is a bright color, but I'm liking it. I think it's going to end up being really pretty. Okay. Now, of course, you can do some fun things with the negative. Use it like a stencil. Or I guess it's not the negative. I guess it's just as a stencil. So now, hello, Stampin' Up Color Scheme. I love their color schemes. I think they're just exquisite. Oftentimes, colors that I wouldn't have put together myself. And I feel like they really, really help me. I use them over and over again. My other favorite source for color schemes is our Designer Series paper. Just look at the colors on a pack of paper, and you will have a great color scheme ready to go. Now, let's see if I can do a little better this time. Let's raise that up a little bit to kind of compensate. I think actually the other ones I got a little bit low, to be honest. Now, I think I'm digging it. Okay, now let's grab some of these. Come on. Sometimes these little guys just don't want to stick to anything. Okay, so now we have some rhinestones here. And let's do a few more over here to keep the eye from going over on my little spludge. My little error. Okay, there we go. What do we think? Okay, so there is the same card in Summer Splash and Peach Pie. I need you to tell me which one you like better. One is very soft, one is very bold. Maybe I should put them this way. Get a better view of them. And I'm going to kind of work on tidying up here a little bit. I don't typically use so many ink pads in one stamping session because, yeah, I end up getting them in the wrong place. One of these we're going to be doing at Saturday card class. Now, if you look up close, you can see. So even though I didn't use designer paper, I kind of made my own with that little background. So tell me, are we Peach Pie or are we Summer Splash? What is your pleasure? I think I know my choice, but we shall see what the crowd favorite's going to be. And I think I'm going to put it out on, there's not a lot of us here tonight. I think I'm going to put it out on my Facebook page in a post below this and get some more votes. So are we Team Peach Pie or are we Team Summer Splash? Tell me your favorite. And that is what we're going to be making at Saturday card class this month. One of 5 cards. And I think my people will like either one. Either one. Anybody going to vote for me? Any takers for letting your voice be heard as crafters, we have pretty strong opinions about what we don't like and don't like. Look at all my little dimensional, I'm down to just the bones. Hey, Frankie, welcome, welcome. Let me know if you like Peach Pie or Summer Splash better on this card. Okay, so Linda likes the Peach Pie better, but likes the pop of color on this one. You know what I could do? You're right. You know, there is a big difference in that. You know what I'm going to do before I close up shop? I'm going to try one more little thing while people are voting, just to see if it changes our minds. I was originally going to use these in color pearls, but I thought it's just too much color. And this is where a little bit of crumb cake and a little bit of these rhinestones it almost gives your eye a bit of relief, because it's just too much. You know, it's just too much color. You need something to kind of help calm it down. So let's make a couple in Petunia Pop, and let's just see what happens with our design, if we like it the same or if we like it better. And this is for our, Summer Splash, no, Peach Pie card. Believe it or not, that is Petunia Pop. Holy cow, it's coming out dark. But let's just see. Let's see what we think. And that's what's so fun about these little white tulips. I'm like, boy, I can have a lot of fun with these little guys. Okay. Now, because there is definitely I think the pop of color is what's very appealing here. Where this one, hey Tasha, this one we picked up the color of the background. So let's see what happens if we use a different color. I think we might like it better. I think it's more of an even playing field. So I can pop these off. Again, I'm waiting to hear from you guys. And let me get this. I don't like that color going through there because I think it distracts the eye. Let me push this up here so that you get a true, like a white background to make an informed decision. Hey, Sharon, I'm so glad you're here for the first time. Welcome, welcome. Whoopsie. Oh, now that's kind of fun too. Look at that. It just slid. And that's kind of a fun little element. Oh, well now, we could do a double tulip, or we could do just the one color. I think either way, I'm probably going to take this off because I think we're going to do something else here. So we could, that's kind of fun. Let's see if we do them like that, where they're kind of kissing in the middle. Or let's see if we like them where they're kind of peeking, or we just do them. You know what? It might be too much. We might just want to leave them the same. So, Tasha, did you see my email today? My absolute debacle with my onstage tickets. So thankfully, my friend who I was going to be sharing the hotel with, she's been very gracious. And my team, I had 9 team members going. They've been very gracious, of course. They love me. They know how blonde I am. And we tried everything to try to come up with a different way to approach the tickets. But, you know, when I needed to change a ticket before, you know, you just go into the Southwest app and you just, you know, say, change my ticket. Yeah, change my ticket. Holy cow. Yeah, it was I'd already paid over $600 for the ticket. Then they wanted another, I think it was $650, and they didn't even have the same flight. My original flight was nonstop. That was gone. And so I thought, well, let me try going, you know, with a different airline. Let me try just starting over from scratch. And yeah, that was even worse. I mean, those were like $1,200. And I tried changing airports because for Long Beach, you can either go into I think it's equidistant to go into Long Beach or to go into LAX. Yeah, believe it or not, the distance to the hotel or the convention center was about the same. I'm trying to grab it. There we go. Let me grab a little glue dot. Ay, ay, ay. Look at what I'm doing. It was a little bit heavy-handed. Yeah, that little pop of color is what we needed. It was too much of the same. I do love both of these end colors. I have to say, Summer Splash kind of crept up on me. When we first started with these end colors, I used a lot of peach pie. I always love oranges. But as time went on, I started using this Summer Splash, and I really fell in love with it. To me, it's almost like a deeply saturated Coastal Cabana. So hello, Margaret, and thank you for your helping me commiserate about my onstage debacle. It will definitely go down in history as a memory. My team has already been posting pictures. They're doing prize patrol and all kinds of fun things, and I'm not there to share it with them. So that is the only real, that to me is, I shouldn't say the only real, that to me is the biggest drawback. So I can live with not walking across stage, which I would have, and I appreciate that very much. I've done it before. It's not that it gets old, but, you know, it was really about spending time with my team. To me, that's always the biggest high point of on stage, is being able to be with my team that gathers from various states and comes together. Oh, now I'm going to use these big ones because they were sitting there. I think I like those better. So, yeah, Linda, you're not always a fan of the more monochromatic look. I think it just depends. Sometimes it can be too much of a good thing. So I think the peach pie is definitely the key on that. So, okay, Summer Splash has got 2 votes. Peach pie has 1 vote. So I will sign off. I got to tidy up. You know, many of you are aware that we've been undergoing unplanned home renovations since the end of January, when we started with a leak in our pipe, which was embedded in our foundation. So we are still dealing with that, in the sense, thankfully, all the pipes have been rerouted and all of that, but you know, there's the damage that's been done. So we've picked out, we have to replace the kitchen floor. We've picked that out. We had the cleaners come out today. So they're actually, insurance is doing a decent job of paying for not the actual leak, which was expensive to fix, but they do pay a, well, their estimate of the damages. And so part of that is cleaners coming in, because, you know, there's dust oh my gosh, you know, and it's, when they have to dig up the kitchen floor, it's going to be even worse. But, you know, they've been digging into the drywall, and then they have to put new drywall up. So there's just, it's heavy, you know, there's heavy, heavy dust. And of course, workmen have been in and out of our house almost every day since the end of January. So you've got, you know, they're clumping stuff in, and they've been good workmen. It's not that. But, I will be glad. I asked my husband this morning, I said, is there any workmen coming? Do I get to actually go out and have a cup of coffee and sit down and read my Bible and still be in my jammies? Can I do that today? So the cleaners came out, and they have to actually clean the entire downstairs because it's just everywhere. And I asked my husband, so are they going upstairs? I wouldn't think so, since the leak didn't affect my studio is upstairs. He said, no, honey, I didn't even want to open the door. My husband is definitely a neatnik, and my studio, it's clean, but it is a little bit untidy at the moment. Okay, I will not keep rabbiting on. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm still going to be looking for more votes on Summer Splash or Peach Pie, because we've only had 3 votes so far. One of these is going to be at my Saturday card class later this month. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for your well wishes, for commiserating with me about my my miss of on stage, my planned trip. And like I said, my husband has banned me. You cannot book any more tickets. And I said to him even later, last night before we went to bed, I said, honey, the next time I have to plan a trip by myself, I want you to do it, and I'm going to stand there with you. I tell you, I get calendars mixed up a little bit frequently, but this one was probably one of the really bad ones. Okay, that is it for tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget, if you want the March kit for Candy's Card Club, today is the last day to get it, and I think it's an awesome kit. I would love for you to join me. Thanks again for tuning in. Take care, and God bless.